Okay, our next poet up is Darnell Orr. Darnell defines himself as a husband and father. He is also a poet with the philosopher's point of view. His verse style is sparse, it leaves space to breathe, and can be haunting in its honesty. Darnell's poems tend to be serious, though his sense of humor is something he treats everyone to in class on Tuesdays. So here's Darnell.
My niece is bored to death, so I won't take too long. The elm tree. The twisted old elm stands like a monument, sculpted by nature and 68 years of arborists. Not completely organic, nor entirely planned. No one has the right to sign their name to it, but it's a masterpiece nonetheless. One by one, the lower branches were pruned. Now the trunk climbs 30 feet before it separates, twisting to the sky. Dead and awkward limbs were trimmed each year, giving it a crooked, spiraled look, as if it grew inside a tornado rather than this quiet street. For 5 years, I studied equations, but that was an awkward branch. In time, the arborist cut it off. I was forced to send out shoots in another way. A son is born, a good friend dies, and I twist another way. Some lives grow straight as bamboo. Others are twisted by death and a cruel saw. Every tree has its own beauty. I take courage from this old elm, a towering monument formed by chance and death, modest planning, and relentless time. There's a guy I know, somewhere between an acquaintance and a friend, and him and his wife just had a stillborn baby, and I was really moved by this sad experience of theirs, even though I didn't know them too well, and so I wrote this poem. Tears when babies come. There's always tears when babies come, far too many ever to make a sum. Baby cries for shock and strain, mother crying for joy and the pain. But this babe came with too little noise, no motion, no cries, and none of the joys. Her lost cries and pain will be made up for by two little girls and tears at the door. Too young to be sure what it is they cry for. Even kids feel this pain as it cuts to the core. The loss so deep, so prolonged, so profound, losing a soul none of them ever found. All things are repaid by God somehow. There will be joy in this child, but the joy isn't now. She arrived all alone and with so little sound that they can't take her home. Her crib is the ground. I don't know why, but I've kind of been enchanted by the moon lately, and I found a pair of binoculars and was looking up at the craters in the moon, and so I wrote this poem about the moon. Cold and beautiful on winter nights, crater rims and concealing shadows. Her dark side you will never know, for she is relentlessly shy. Her cold, dead face aglow in white light whispers, "It's okay to die." All right. This is titled Humanity. I am the poor, the rich, low and upper class, lover, fighter, oppressor, and exile. I'm humanity. Look, but don't harass. I'm hard to change and so good at denial. I hate myself. I'm cold and hostile. I possess love, at least a small fragment. But wealth and power seem so much more worthwhile. Oh, I want to be loved, and so I lament. I love, yet I kill, and my blood's in the grass. Standing over their bodies, I coldly smile as their friends run away in a mass. I smile, it's myself I want to beguile. Give me time to repose and think a while, to see if my time couldn't be better spent. Is there room for love in a world so hostile? Oh, I want to be loved, and so I lament. I'll destroy myself if my love won't surpass my greed and lust for high style. But if I die, who would mourn on the day that I pass? I will try, though it seems so futile. This is the sonnet for my wife, Louisa. This is kind of the story of us meeting. It's not exactly, but I think we discussed in poetry once that the truth isn't always important in a good story. So, real love can't be forgotten. They loved for one warm, careless summer. In the cool of fall, fear drove him away. She was getting too close, so he left her. He left her, though he wanted to stay. Year after year, he was lost and pained, tortured, confused, but he tried to move on, failing and losing each time he gained, until he thought, I can't live if she's gone. Hope was dying on the day he called her, yet he hoped their love still burned in her soul. How are you, he said, then getting bolder. Without you, I fear I will never be whole. Love is sweeter once you've tasted the pain. I know it was sweet when he held her again. Okay, this is The Racist, and this is one of the satirical poems, so this is written, this is not me speaking, okay? Hopefully. The Racist. Man, the funniest thing happened. I was crossing the bridge downtown the other day, and these two drunk Indians were fighting. I got no clue about what, but the woman was pissed, and she pushed the guy right over the rail. And even after he's in the river, she's still screaming. And then that dirty Indian goes to throw his bag in too. I don't think I'm racist. My good friend's an Indian. But she loses her balance, and that squaw goes right in after him. I was laughing my arse off. I don't think I'm sexist either. I've had sex before. Oh, so funny. I wrote two sijos. They're kind of related, similar stories. The old maple. To be that old maple and watch new owners come and go, watch spring melt the mounds of snow, new fences age to decay, the only soul to hallow the spot where the grasshopper died. And the next one is Weeping Birch. The birch and the oak grew as brothers, watching the neighbors come and go. They shared the storms and sun. When the ice cracked the oak in two, the birch bent lower as if to mourn, or perhaps to try to pull him up again. It seems everyone wrote at least one poem about spring and how winter took too long, and this is mine. My soul grows in spring. Spring sun and soft breeze smell of wet earth. Warm grass. Sorry, let me start again. Spring sun and the soft breeze smell of wet earth. worms, grass, and the garden's full of new birth. I could never tire of watching the leaves they fan open and their glories retrieve. The elm that grew from seed among the flowers, the ferns uncoil, regaining their powers. Everyone I know well from seasons before, I lie in repose, and I couldn't want more. The lilies I moved look strong and rejoice. They would sing if they could, but the birds give them voice. Beauty on beauty that's mixed into one, joy overflowing, and spring's just begun. Life gives me life if I take it all in. There's tangible growth without and within. Even weeds growing tall in the grass seem to smile in the sun, for winter is past. Thank you.
Thank you, Darnell.